Welcome to another video on how to make parts for your miniature train project. In this video, we'll be designing the stack for your train. So if we take a look at this stack, there's a lot of ways that we can do this, but I'm going to choose what I think would be a very simple way to make this shape. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make the section of this area and then revolve it. I'm going to pretend that the holes aren't in the center to start with, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to make those holes in my object. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to create a sketch and just draw that profile. It says the diameter all the way across is 0.5. I'm going to go ahead and use half of that as the radius. So 0.5 divided by 2 or 0.25, and then I'm going to start drawing the rest of the way around here. Vertically we have another 0.25. Then we've got to figure out the rest of the parts. Now it's a little tricky because we don't know the angle of this line, but we do know the height and we do know the diameter at that point. So I'm just going to draw some lines so I know where that point is. So I'm going to go up and it says 1.5, click enter. If I click here, it's going to give me my full view of my object. And then I'm going to make a line that comes straight across with that diameter, or sorry, the radius of that circle. So 1.25 divided by 2, hit enter. It gives me that distance. Now I have this dot up top, and we have that dot on the bottom. So 2 dots, when you connect, make a line. Now that I have that set up, you're going to see that I can now make this top part with a 15-degree angle. As of yet, I don't care exactly what the length is. I'm just going to trim it up afterwards. So if I put the line on there, then I hit tab, type in 15 up top, hit enter. It gives me my 15 degrees. I hit enter again, I can make another line. Now you can see the bottom up to that point right here is 1.5 that we've already drawn, and then it says 1.75 to the very top. So all that does is gives me another distance, 0.25, to make my way all the way to the top. If I draw another line straight out to the right, I now have overlapped, and that would be the top of my smokestack. So I'm going to just trim these lines up, since I didn't give them a designated length, and that will end my shape. So now I have the whole smokestack as a shape. From here, all I have to do is revolve it. I've got to click on both sections as the profile, then I click on my axis line, I click OK, and I have my shape. From here, there's multiple ways to go ahead and cut these holes in. And why don't we just go ahead, I'll create a sketch on the top. It has a center point right there. If I click Finish Sketch, I can use that hole command. So while using the hole command, I can just pick my hole that I want to use. I can click on the dot that I want to use for the center, and then you're going to see it gives me a lot of dimensions on here. I'm going to use my smaller diameter on here is 0.375. The large one is 0.875. So if I look on this top, on the view up here, it says the larger one and the smaller one. And then there's arrows for dimensions and a line to show you where to put your number. So the larger one was 0.875 and the smaller one was 0.375. So now I've got the diameter of each of them. Now I've got to worry about the depths. Both of it are going to terminate before you go all the way through. So under termination, we don't want through all. I'm using distance. So my first distance will be 0.375 for the larger one. So this says that it's going to only go down a certain amount. It's 0.375. And then the other hole, that one goes down 1.5. So now that I've got that fixed, you're going to see that it goes down approximately the same spot. I just hit my check mark, and you will see that I've cut down into the material. One thing you're also going to notice is at the bottom it had a point. I did not want that point, so all I've got to do is go in and edit my feature and make sure that it is a flat bottom instead of a drilled bottom. I hit OK, and now I've completed my shape. All you've got to do is save it into your train project folder.